So, looking back, I realized that I've spoken to the professional, the medical doctor, I've had a girlfriend come, I've had a guy friend come, we've talked to a lovely couple, I've had different people come, and I decided that it's time to have a different age bracket. So we're looking at the younger ones, and I have here with me, I'm gonna let her introduce herself and just, while you guys away. So,
My name is Dami and I'm 21. I love
what do you like to do what are your hobbies?
reading, not school books, novels.
What kind of books? What kind of novels?
Like young adult, romance, Christian novels to science fictions, paranormals. Yeah, those are my kind of novels.
You like romance? What do you like about the romance?
The stories, they're just very interesting and I like them.
Okay. And your parents know that they are comfortable you reading romance books?
I read them online with my phone.
So they are not aware?
I don't know if they are.
Oh, okay. We'll leave that aside. I'm aware that you went to a boarding school, which is actually why I wanted you here, right? And I wanted us to talk about the experiences you had in school, all those lewd jokes that your classmate played on other people, all those funny stories. Maybe somebody kissed somebody or somebody vowed somebody, and how maybe it was found out by the school authorities and it was very frowned on. How do you guys have guardians and counselor in your school?
Yeah, but we don't go to visitor.
Oh, so who do you go to?
Nobody, ourselves.
So would you say that you got good advice from your peers?
Good advice, not really.
That smile is, there's just, something.
So, I went to this kind of school, like, let me talk about my class. We have more boys than girls. Like, we're just 6 girls in the class.
How many boys?
Like, 24.
Wow.
Yeah, so 6 girls, 24.
So is this junior class or senior class?
Junior.
Okay.
So, and we have different people with different religions. Like, we have the Mountain of Fire, Deeper Life, the Muslims, but we have more of the Deeper Life and the Mountain of Fire people.
Is there a reason for that, or?
No reason, we just have to have more of them. And because of the way they brought them up, like church, all those things, so people don't really feel comfortable talking about their, should I say, in public, because by the time you open your mouth, start talking, someone's already telling you are going to hellfire. The Bible said, the Bible this. So we we're not all friends. We all have our differences when it comes to things like that. So like me, so I was like the advisor of the class, because I always said that I want to be a psychologist. So people so it's always me that they always come for advice and all this kind of things. And because we were some were still preteens, some were already teenagers, and the way it is in secondary school, senior students want to ask, like JSS 3 boys will be the ones to come and ask JSS 2 girls out, and because we have more boys and JSS 3 students, they didn't have enough boys, they have more girls. Okay. So our classmates, that's the boys, were dating JSS 3 girls, and JSS 3 boys were dating girls in my class. So like that, and we used to. So there's this thing that we do every Friday, social gatherings.
Okay, like a social night type of thing.
But in the afternoon, like around 3 to 5. Okay. So like teachers are not involved, just students.
What, they are aware?
Yes, they are aware. But it's the seniors, like the SS, that are in charge. Okay. So they used to do devil's baskets. Truth or dare, this kind of things, that they will write things in paper and they will pass it around, and whatever you pick, you have to do it. So like this will make people do all sorts of things, like tell you remove 5 things from a guy's body, remove 5 things from a girl's body.
So the person who is doing the removing, it has to be an opposite sex of the person they are removing the items,
opposite
right?
sex, can't be the same. So like tell you to kiss a guy or all those things like that. So yeah.
And were the authorities aware about these games or the type of games you guys played?
I don't know if they are aware, but during that time they make themselves very invisible, like they are not
Okay.
around.
Do you think that if they were aware that they would let you guys keep playing it?
What?
Honestly, just don't think too much about it. Just, do you think?
I don't know, because we once had a truth or dare thing in the class, like our class, and our class teacher in charge of our class was around, and the truth or dare thing where they asked someone to kiss, she was even the one encouraging, so I don't think they were going to say
Anything about it?
Mm-mm.
What year was this? SS2, SS3, SS1?
Let's just say from 2011 to 2016.
Yeah, but what class range is that?
For the truth and dare thing.
Yeah, what class were you in at that time?
Oh, Jesus 3.
Oh, okay. 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 See, that's the funny thing, because if you are to I think because we've become a global village now, some things are less frowned on now because we watch what other societies are doing, what other cultures are doing. But when you now compare it to my time, to even here, there was a situation where I think 5 girls were actually suspended from school because they vowed people. Like you went, you took your money, sent family, friends, or parents or whatnot to buy gifts, and then you get. And I also went to an only girls school, so we're valuing each other. So it was a friendship sort of thing, and the principal found out and suspended them. So it was a big issue, right? And they were senior secondary. So it's funny listening to you now, and I'm like, oh, okay, so some things have kind of slackened, and you can see that because it's a global village, maybe we are opening up and we're having these conversations and we're saying, okay, some things are not so big deal. This is the age for exploration. This is the age for them to try out things, and as long as we can guide them, it's fine.
Yeah, I think most of these adults, they realize that these students, they do these things behind their back or in secret or things like that. And then, so there's this boy in my class, then Samuel, and so there was this rumor going around the old school that so there was this thing that used to trend back then in my school, like there are some specific people that they want to know who are the virgins and who are the ones who are not the virgins. It's like it's their job, they just want to know. So there was this rumor going on that someone is no longer a virgin and he's a guy and all those things, and some people need to insult him like that, and why some people were supporting him, like, and some people were against the insult, like.
And it was a big thing.
Yeah, it was
a big conversation.
Then I used to have this classmate too, and they used to call her. So there's this nickname, they used to call her Nicki Minaj.
Why? Why though?
So like some guys will be like, if you buy ice cream, you can just ask her out and she'll just say yes to you. Or with ice cream, you just kiss her and all this kind of things. So they nicknamed her Nicki Minaj.
That's horrible.
And then, so this Samuel thing, so there was a time it was not talking about it. So they were using that thing to insult him, and he tried to open up and said that he was sexually abused as a child growing up by their neighbor.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
And that kind of, there are different
So he came out to his friends.
Mm-hmm.
He came out to his friends. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to ask is, do you guys have any form of sex education curriculum, apart from the regular biology classes that you have that teaches you reproduction and body anatomy, all those things, but do you have a course or, I think it's not called course now, it's called subject. I think in secondary school it was called subject, yeah. So do you guys have a subject that delves in sex education, or at least like a huge part of another subject that discusses that?
No, just biology.
Just biology. Would you have wanted something like that?
Yes.
So you wouldn't have been shy or embarrassed? Because I know that it's young ones get tickled very easily when they are embarrassed. Like they start laughing and they are shy and everything, and you're not sure if that's a defense mechanism not to listen, or you would have really wanted something like that. Okay. So then another thing that I wanted to ask is, if you were to go back to school now, knowing what you know, you're 21, would you do anything differently? Would you advise your friends anything differently, or
Back to secondary school.
yeah, if you had a way to go back to your younger self? Because when we were younger, we probably, as you said you were the advisor because you want to be a therapist, right? So there were situations where you said, okay, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have done that, or do you ever feel that way, or do you ever have those moments?
Let me think.
Nothing is coming to your mind.
Nothing is coming, nothing.
Yeah, that's fine, that's okay. Okay, so I don't know why I keep going back to these romance novels, because it just keeps... I remember we were talking about it earlier and you told me certain words, but I needed to share it with my audience. So if you don't mind repeating it again, so that what were the words that actually made you to go research that you didn't know?
Okay, words like orgasms and like that. So that, do you know the way they write all this book, like after they finish having sex, then you see something like the either
Satiated?
the guy, then
Or sated?
sated, I think. Words like that. Words like, so I see words like come, because they did not say sperm, they just said come. So go and research it.
And when you typed it online, what were the, like, was it, did you get the accurate thing that you wanted, or it just, what did you see?
Yes, there were people who explained what it meant.
And then you now took your knowledge back to your friends as a therapist.
Yeah, so we'll gist about it, we'll talk about it. So like, oh, so they usually come to me because I go and research all these things. So they don't bother to research all this. They just assume that Dami already knows it. So let's go and ask Dami.
So what other things have you advised them on? Let's give me gist. Maybe you can advise me too. Tell me. What else? You know you have these things. Just
like, what other things have I advised them on?
Boyfriends, people they are crushing on. Maybe they had secret admirers. Like, maybe, do they still do love letters now? In my time, when a guy liked a girl, he'll probably just pen down something and say. Half the time, it was lyrics to a song that they liked, so it wasn't anything extraordinary. But you know, being young and impressionable, you'd be like, oh, so did you guys have stuff like that? Did you advise them on things like that?
So I remember there was a time we were talking about songs that, okay, I think One Direction, when they were still together, and there's this song that they sang, I can't remember, but I was looking for the lyrics of the song. I wanted to learn how to sing the songs. I was just discussing with my classmates, and also some of these junior students, boys, they heard it, and before you know, the next day in school, I was presented with paper like the entire lyrics of the song. So yeah, things like that. Then they write poems. There's just this guy in my class I know that is very good with words and poems. So he turned it into a business. People used to go and meet him, and he has to write for him. But my classmates, in short, the kind of school I went to is not the kind of people that you'll be writing. Like, they are not. It's not a missionary school, but they are not actually butters or tush people. So not people that you want to go and be writing.
So
all this.
What would they do if they like the girl, or if they like the boy? If they don't write letters, so how do they express it?
By buying things.
What kind of
You
things?
buy lunch.
Okay.
You buy lunch. That's how you show if you like someone. So the guy must be buying you lunch all the time. Like, anytime you need something. So, okay, there was one time when I heard that there was this senior in, so but I was in SS2 and SS3. There was no respect.
Okay.
So there was this senior who liked me, and my classmates were telling me that this senior liked you. So my friend, not just me, friend, not like, let's go and ask him that go and tell him that you're hungry, that you want this, you want that. Tell him to buy it, like 2 or 3. So
Things like that. Okay, so when you guys have all these conversations, right? I know you guys are also online, and you people hear things like consent, people not knowing personal spaces. You know what personal spaces like, not encroaching personal spaces and everything. Do you like, if would you be comfortable? Do you have conversations with people when you're not happy with? How do I want to ask this question now? Do you understand the aspect of that, and do you have conversations with a guy when maybe a guy that likes you just randomly kisses you or kisses someone that you know, and
So
basically consent, like saying no, I don't want this, being vocal about it, and saying
okay, so in my school then, the boys did not know what consent means. They would just want to come and hug you, or someone to come and slap you on your bum bum, all these kind of things. So it's slap. Someone slap your bum bum, you slap them. So it now became who is, so they usually know who they go to and who they don't go to. So like they like, if you go to this person, or she will slap you, or she will do this. So they'll go look for someone that will not slap them. Someone that will like, stop, I don't like it, or go and report to teachers or anyone. So yeah.
So that was it. Okay. Wow. Do you still keep in touch with some of these your friends?
Yes.
You tell them about the show to watch it, Abby? You tell them that they need, so that people can have more conversations.
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe this show can even help you on your therapy career.
Maybe.
What kind of therapist do you want to be?
I want to focus on children.
Okay. Why?
Because I feel like they are the ones who need, like, if they get to understand these things from a very young age, they won't have problems when they grow.
Okay, so nurture them, catch them while young.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Wow, Dami, thank you so much for coming. And I just have one more question.
Okay.
If you were to look to your principal now, not your principal, but like school authorities, and you're talking from a young person, like young person's perspective, or a former student, what would you tell them to do about sex education? Like, what if you were perfect? If you were to do the curriculum, what would you say they should add? What would you want to learn about that you think is key to your growth? Honestly speaking, no judgment, no nothing.
I don't know if this is a thing, but like, they should, when they're going to talk about sex education, it should not just be about puberty, and they should go deep into everything, like talk about sexual expressions, how some people are expressive sexually, why some people are not. They should talk about the whole libido thing, why that some people they have high libidos and some people have low libidos. Then they should include, they shouldn't judge people or condemn them, or when someone says like breast or penis, then your teacher is telling you to keep quiet or shut up or call you a bad person. That they should be very inclusive, and they should be very vocal and allow students to use the right words for these things. And there should also be a section whereby they should do, and students should be able to share their sexual experiences without fear of them going to tell your parents or any one of those things, or then they will use it to insult you later. Yeah. They should also, like, they should include everything.
So STIs, STDs,
yeah, talk about
contraception,
abstinence and all those things. Condom too.
Yeah.
I think in secondary schools they should teach students how to use condoms and contraceptives.
Okay, so because even if they're not saying anything, they're shushing about it, they're acting like it doesn't exist. People are still going about doing it, and they're still contracting infections, they are still getting other people pregnant, right?
Yeah, so it would be a really great thing if they teach the students about it. At least if their parents are not going to teach them about it, then they should. At least that's why we're paying school fees.
I really like what you just said now. That's so key. So thank you so much for coming, Dami. I know that it's you have been really, really, really exceptional. A lot of people would not have been able to sit down here. A lot of young ones might have found it really hard, but you just breezed through it, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So you guys have heard from her. Contraception, STIs, have these conversations, teach them, because even if you're not saying anything, even if you think, oh, if I close my eyes to it, it doesn't exist, that's not true. They're going out there and they're learning from the wrong people. They're learning things that are far beyond their age. But if you break it down and take it one step at a time, this is age appropriate, and then they are very informed to make informed decisions. They are learned, and you can say, okay, I trust this person, or this person trusts me. They trust you enough to come to you with their situations, with their problems, or with any experiences that they might have undergone, and you trust them enough to know that you have equipped them with the right information. So when they go out there, they will do the right thing. And even if they don't, they will still come back to you and tell you, oh, okay, I did this, I messed up, how can you help me? Because we are humans and we make mistakes. But you rather them telling you about their mistake than going outside and then using another mistake or error to cover the first one, and then just keep digging the hole deeper. So I implore you, you've heard Dami now, so please do the right thing by our young ones. Thank you. This is Get Intimate with Ebele, and I still love you. Bye.